I saw a video online a couple of weeks ago, I guess, and it was of Steph Curry, the basketball player, and probably, if not the best in the league, the second best in the world, one or the other. And his team rarely loses. But this day they lost. So he's walking down the tunnel on the way back to the locker room, and his wife is standing there. And as he comes up to her, she has confetti in her hand, and she throws it up in front of him. And he looks at her, and he just smiles. And when I saw that, I grabbed that. I posted that. I was like, this is exactly what wives need to do for their husbands. Is when he's down and out, she steps in and says, I'm celebrating you, baby. It's all right. Everything's going to be okay. I got your back. I was like, that'll preach right there. So I'm preaching it right now. Look at that. That's part of doing him good. And not evil. Instead of tearing him down when things fail, build him up. In fact, Sister Kay would talk about this all the time. She talks about how you ought to build up your man's ego. Build up his ego. Tell him how great he is. Tell him how much you appreciate him. Tell him how much you appreciate all that he does. And part of the reason why some men fall into affairs isn't because of someone's curves. We always think with men it's always physical. And with men, a lot of times it is physical. But sometimes it's not that. It's that this other woman is celebrating him. She's, when the Bible talks about the strange woman in the book of Proverbs, you know what it talks about more than her hips? Her lips. It's her words that she uses that draws him in. How is that possible? Well, clearly he needs to do some things differently, but also what happens sometimes is that there's a void in his life that his wife is supposed to be feeling, but she's not doing that. And so she's constantly telling him what needs to be done, or she's focused on whatever she's interested in, or she's constantly criticizing him, and then he goes somewhere else, and she's like, man, you are amazing. I hope your wife appreciates you. Man, you do this and that, and you fine too. And at first he might be like, hey, you need to chill out. But after a while, he goes home after hearing that, and here she is, honey, I don't know what's wrong with you. I should have married so-and-so. You too skinny, you too short, you too this. And then he go back to work, and she like, woo, you look good today. Woo, I hope she taking good. I hope in the bedroom. You like, oh, we talking about the bedroom now? But you still kind of like, well, you kind of right. And you go home, and you can't even get nothing in the bedroom, and she won't even let you touch her, and all the lights got to be off, and the clothes got to be on. And then you come to work, and this woman barely got clothes on during the day, so you, and before you know it, here he is in the bed messing up, and he got to answer to God for that. But she played a role in it too. Come on, ladies, you got to encourage your man, and you ought to do it all the time. Men need that from their wives. Now, notice what I just said. I didn't say they want it. They need, like men need food. There are some things men need emotionally. They need sex with their wife, and they need encouragement or respect. Need it. Without those two, and they're not very, we're not so complicated that we need 10 things. We just need about 2 things, really. You take care of the bedroom, you give me some respect, and I can even eat some McDonald's every day. I might be all right with my McDonald's if you give me those 2 things. But if you ain't got things right in the bedroom, there ain't no fire in here, and you're not encouraging me, now I'm vulnerable. You need to, on purpose, really try to go out your day and encourage him almost every day. Build him up, make him feel like he's Superman or Batman, whichever side, whatever team you want.